Hello, good morning, everybody. Let me continue now with this slot dedicated to the SDK generator and SDK core technical demo. But first of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Ivo Martinez from Atos, Spain. And in concrete, in i3 Market, I'm acting as a technical coordinator, and also I'm leading the work package for which is related with the backplane and i3 Market reference implementation. Yeah, trying to contextualize this demo using the i3 Market reference architecture, we could say that the SDK generator and SDK core are two assets that we are producing in the context of tax 4.5, which is related with the SDK specification and i3 Market reference implementation. Yeah, as you could see in the slide, we could map this to the SDK generator and the SDK core into the tax 4.5, which is round in red color. Let me introduce very quickly the overall idea behind the SDK generator. We could say that the SDK generator is following an SDK as a service approach, and in concrete, the SDK generator has input an open API specification in addition to the concrete programming language, and the artifact the SDK generator is able to produce a zip file that contain all the client stuff in addition to some API documentation behind the artifact provided has the artifact specification provided has input. And regarding to the SDK core, you could see in the slide our official SDK core pipeline that is mainly supported by means of Ansible. We have in concrete, we have an Ansible playbook that contains several tags that are performing several requests to the SDK generator to generate the client stuff associated to our main backend artifact. Yeah, I will move now to a real demo. Yeah, this is our official SDK generator REST API that, as you could see in my screen, is quite simple in terms of methods. We have this method get supported languages, and if we try out here, we could get all the programming languages supported into the SDK generator. And if we try out the generate SDK method, specifying, for instance, JavaScript has programming language, and in addition to the URL or path for accessing to one of our backplane instances, we are able to produce using the SDK generator the zip file that I was mentioned before, that contains all the client stuff in this case for interacting with the backplane instance. The SDK generator contain all the client stuff contain always the same structure. If we go to the source folder, we could see always these two folders, the API folders that contain all the controller classes for consuming the functionalities exposed in the endpoint. And if we go to the model folder, we could get all the data objects or bins which are explicitly defined in the data schema section into the OAS file provided has input. Yeah, and that should be all regarding to the SDK generator. And if we move now to the SDK core, I would like to say that we have this project into our official i3 Market Triplet instance, the i3 Market deployment that contains several Ansible playbook for the deployment of our main artifacts in the project. In concrete, for the SDK core, we have this playbook named SDK core Nexus that contain two main block of tasks. The first one is related with the production of the SDK core for the JavaScript version, and the second block is related with the generation of the SDK core for the Java version. And we have here several tasks associated to the our main backend artifacts for the provision of these SDK core version. If we go now to our official instance of Ansible, we could, if we go to the templates, we have here the SDK, isomarket SDK core template. And if we instantiate this template, we are executing this SDK core pipeline that I showed you previously in my slides. And more or less the execution of this SDK core pipeline takes 5 minutes, more or less. And after the execution of the SDK core pipeline, we publish in the case of the SDK core Java version into a concrete Maven repository in our official instance of Nexus in the project. In concrete here into the SDK core all repository, we are uploading here the last version of the SDK core for Java in this case. And in the case of the JavaScript version, we are using a raw repository, which is named i3market raw. And here you could see all the OS file and all the zip file associated to that contains all the client stuff associated to the backplane, data access, notification manager, OAuth, smart contract, verifiable credentials. Yeah, all the at the end all the backend artifacts that we are including as part of the Ansible playbook for the execution of for the execution of the SDK core. Yeah, and that's all from my side regarding to the this demo regarding to the SDK core and SDK generator. Thanks for your attention on this.